Alright, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. In the car, Neal, Schon, and Steve Perry. The media, the so-called rock media, if there is such a thing, rock and roll media. I think they have some sort of twisted interest in starting a little bit of a feud between these two guys. In two instances, Perry has done interviews where there's no audio, right? It's just himself and an interviewer, Rolling Stone, and then some BBC thing. Now, I can't find the BBC article, which is very interesting, because I know it's out there, or it existed at one time, because people were sending me the link. And in that article, Perry drops a bunch of F-bombs. He's talking about Journey and so forth, and it's a different tone than the radio interviews. And then the Rolling Stone interview kind of says, hey, I don't want to work with Neal Schon. I love him, but I don't want to work with him. And then it talks about the keyboard player's book, and then it even talks about facial expressions and so forth. Look, folks, I hate to use this term because it's overused these days. It's fake news, okay? It's fake news. Neal Schon and Steve Perry can still go out and have that cup of coffee. I think there's tons of mutual respect. Perry even used the word love in this. Who's to say he didn't say I love the guy? And let's just see how things, sort of pan out. I know for a fact that Neal Schon is more interested in just reconnecting with Perry as a friend. So, somebody in the next interview might want to tell Steve that Neal just would like to have that cup of coffee that Perry mentioned at the Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people have kind of come around to Neal's defense on this, and I didn't mean to imply in the last video I did on this that Neal is to blame for any of this. Neal Schon has been very gracious. He personally has dedicated the song Lights to Steve Perry. By the way, we're about to wrap up Journey for this year, and they'll be done touring. They're at the LA Forum, and, they're selling these two shows out, from what I understand. And what a way to go out. But after that, it's going to get very interesting, and Neal Schon is going to be the focus of a lot of stuff between his album, the book that's coming out, the clothing line, Journey Through Time, the live album that was recorded at the Independent in San Francisco. So there's a lot going on with Neal Schon. In fact, after the Perry stuff dies down, which it will, folks, it really will, the focus might be for Journey fans to turn to Neal Schon and to Greg Raleigh and to Dean Castronovo and Marco Mendoza, because those are the guys, and they put on a great show, and we may even hear some new music from these guys, which a lot of Journey fans are probably going to be really stoked about. All right, done with this video from the car. I'll be back soon. See you then.